what does it mean to be a good wife? I'm not quite sure what that means. I know what it means to be a good mother.
It's difficult to be a mom. It's difficult to be a wife. It's difficult to be responsible.
It's a prison. Hellish, nightmarish prison.
I've got a husband who couldn't
It's
take
difficult
it.
Which one's more challenging? Which one requires more therapy? Hey guys, it's Heather Armstrong from Juice.com. Happy holidays. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. So I read some research recently and it said that our parents or our mothers spent more of their time being or working on being better wives as opposed to better mothers. Whereas with our generation, it seems that it's kind of the opposite, that we concentrate more on being better mothers than better wives. And it sort of, the question sort of comes out of that is marriage harder than motherhood, or is motherhood harder than marriage? And you know, which one is more difficult? For me, marriage is much easier than parenthood. And I say that because I come from a family of divorced parents. My parents divorced when I was 10. So I had no illusions or any sort of idea about some sort of prince coming and whisking me off and thinking that marriage was going to be this perfect institution where we got along all the time and everything worked out perfectly. For me, parenthood is just like training on the job that never ends. Whereas marriage, you got the same problems going on, they recur, and then you fix it, and then they recur and you fix it.
I happen to think that motherhood is so easy compared to marriage. I can't even tell you. I went from being, single to married with a child immediately. So I didn't know my husband when we got married at all. So maybe that was why we had so many issues. But basically the first 2 years of my marriage, both of us were trying to coexist with each other without killing each other.
I think marriage is harder than motherhood because I think when you have a baby, it's very clear what you have to do. You have to keep the baby alive and love it. And you have a very strong urge to love the baby. It's hard to neglect a baby. I mean, if you're not crazy and evil.
Here's my theory about this. This is why motherhood was so hard for me. It's like, for that first 7 months of her life, she screamed like all the time, for hours and hours and hours on end. And if you went on a date with a guy and all he did was scream at you for 2 hours, you would never call him back. In fact, you would like block his number and call the police if he ever called you, right? But with a kid, you gotta stick that kid to your boob.
It's easy to neglect a marriage. And that's why I think in some ways marriage is harder, because you have to work at it and it's easy to kind of forget that you have to work at it. At least for us.
It's difficult to be a mom. It's difficult to be a wife. It's difficult to be responsible. It's difficult to be monogamous. It's difficult to be in a relationship with someone forever. So for me, marriage was something that took a lot longer for me to feel like I was good at.
Yeah, like I don't know, what does it mean to be a good wife? I'm not quite sure what that means. I know what it means to be a good mother.
My husband and I pretty much go around all the time going, you're doing that wrong, you're doing that wrong, stop doing this, you're not meeting my needs, you're not meeting my needs, I don't like the way you cook this, I don't like what you're doing either.
Heather, you said your parents divorced when you were younger. My parents have been married for 31 years, and I think they fought once growing up, once.
Like you, Rebecca, my parents are, sorry, they're still alive. Whew. They have been in a very long marriage. There was definitely a lot of fighting when I was growing up. I don't think I got a good model of how to have a marriage. I I'm in a lot of therapy.
In a marriage, you know, you can't go around ordering your husband around, you know. No more TV for you. Take out the trash. Don't wear that shirt, it's ugly. Like, you can't, I feel like I can't do that.
I made a decision. I was like, when I enter into that contract, I'm going to make every effort possible to not put my kids through what my parents put me through. So for me, there is no way out of this marriage. It's a prison. A hellish, nightmarish prison.
Join the Momversation at momversation.com.